What's going on, guys? I'm here with my inner circle student, or I guess Trey and I's inner circle student, Kuleesha. He's one of the boys. He's been here for almost a year now, and today we're going to interview him. He's had a really, really cool journey, absolutely crushing it. Just had his best month in January, and without further ado, Kuleesha, man, glad to have you, brother.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here, man.
Let's go. Well, cool, man. I guess we get good. Just go ahead and like before I ask any questions, like give them sort of a breakdown on you, like just you, your age, where you're located, stuff like that. Just a brief breakdown.
Yeah, so I'm 22, based out of SoCal. When I joined the program, I was in college. Right now, I'm pretty much wrapping up my last year, and so that's kind of where I'm at. Working on two gigs right now, and just kind of balancing everything. So far, it's been really great. There were some bumps up and down, like a little bit of a learning curve, but really solid position right now.
Heck yeah, dude. Cool. I guess first question then, like what well, we were just talking. So first, what date did you join the inner circle initially?
Yeah, so I checked February 26th, 2023. For context, today is the 4th. So just south of a year ago.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's like 350 days ago, bro. That's wild.
Yeah.
So you started then, initially, like back then, if you can remember, like what made you want to join the inner circle?
Yeah, absolutely. I think just the fact that it was a people-facing role and not in the sense that I knew it was going to be a challenge for me. I'd say overall, I kind of consider myself, a bit of an introvert. I'm not necessarily, a social savant off the bat, but I knew like sales is a skill and it's a skill that you can really monetize. And I knew it would kind of push me out of my comfort zone. And I knew there's like development there, right? And I've heard a lot of like entrepreneurs say as well, sales is a great place to start. So I was like,
Heck yeah.
okay, let's do it. I saw like testimonials and stuff, and I was like, these guys seem legit. They're around my age. Let's do it. So yeah, and just from there, a couple ups and downs, learning process, but just realize like if you go all in on something, um, it's gonna work out eventually, right?
100%, man. Walk people through like your journey from like starting the inner circle to like now. Because I know it wasn't just like out of nowhere, like right away you popped off to making bank. Like there was like a significant like learning curve going through a couple bad offers as well. um where like it was more so like a season where we weren't like making money, we were just like learning a lot and we were like building experience and just kind of getting under that belt or getting that under our belt. But walk them through just the journey from when you started to like now of like sort of everything that happened and like some of the struggles just so they have context on where you're at.
Yeah, I'd say, um, you know, first place I started was, I had no experience and I was pre-med in college. So the first thing I did as I was doing outreach was reached out to a pre-med coach because I was like, okay, this is something I have knowledge about. I can set for him and then maybe potentially close down the line. The position he was at, pretty lean team so far. He wasn't necessarily like scaling or anything, but the cool thing about this, and I'm honestly really thankful for all of the like less than perfect gigs that I've had because they gave me the reps. But for example, in that gig, I got practice doing like upwards of 150 to $200 a day, and just getting, developing like tough skin. Like, okay, so when people are going to hang up on you, you got to be able to just keep the momentum going in their day, and did that for a while. And the cool thing about like the remote closing like space is as soon as you have experience, like that's huge. You can bring that to another interview and use it to move up. And so that's exactly what I did with another offer, which was like affiliate marketing. From there, I was using a much better built out CRM, a much more proven offer with solid social proof. And now I was used to doing dials. In fact, their requirement for dials was less than what I was doing. So it didn't feel as hard. And obviously, with more qualified leads and really solid closers on the team, um, it was solid. Doing like 3K, 2 to 3K per month. And that was while in college too. So solid position to be in, right? From there, there was a bit of a rough patch in the sense that I had some schoolwork, decided to take some time off. Coming back, it was kind of tough to find gigs, especially like setting, closing gigs. It depends like who you know in the space and how much you kind of apply. And so balancing everything was a little bit tough. Had to go on a couple gigs that weren't really doing that great. The return on that spend wasn't that great. But once again, um, there's always like that idea of okay, but at least I'm getting reps in, at least I'm getting experience. And I knew like in my mind, if and when the right gig clicks, this is all something that I can use. So it's not, monetary like value that's going up, but overall I know that I can crush it because I've gone through all of this objection handling. I've gone through all of these leads, all these people that, I've connected with. And basically up to this point, past 3 months, I went from barely hitting like 2 to 3K to going upwards of like 8K, upwards of 10K. And because everything just kind of amalgamated and came together because there was the right offer, I had the right experience, and not to like toot my own trumpet, but like I was able to essentially run laps around other guys just because I had so much experience from like before. And so that's why I was saying I don't regret it at all. And I'd 100% go back and sit in those bad gigs in the beginning, of course, when I had no experience, if it means I can get to this position. So yeah, bit of a
Dude,
mouthful there.
no, you're good, man. That was great. I think, dude, that's one thing that people don't really understand is like they come in with no experience and they want to make like 10, 15K a month. Like we were just talking before, like that's happened,
Yeah,
like Quentin, Johnny, like you got those guys who come in and for some reason it just clicks out of the gate. They get that dream position, just like right place, right time sort of scenario. Um, and so people see that and they want that, but that's like not insanely realistic. You know what I mean?
hmm,
Like it can happen, but it's not like gonna happen to everybody. So like the people like you who are willing to just like, I mean, make a couple grand a month, maybe in a bad position, not in a bad position, just like not in a great one, to
yeah,
build that experience and just like build the skill and get really good and sharpen that sword. I've always said, like, if you're willing to do that, even if it's just for like a month or two, that experience will get you into those like very, very solid positions that will change everything, like the ones you're in now.
yeah.
So,
And I'd
um,
say like also like another like perspective on that is let's say you do get lucky and you do land a good gig. If you don't have the work ethic, right, from maybe past experiences or like past gigs, or maybe you don't really value it because you just got it, you might not even like know how to take advantage of it.
dude, for
Whereas
sure.
someone who has like been in gigs where the CRM isn't great, or you're like dialing leads with your own like cell phone or whatever it is, when you get things built out, you have like way more drive because it feels way easier and it doesn't feel like work. And yeah, it's a solid position to be in. And I'm pretty sure like I've heard this before, I'm sure like everyone's kind of heard that you have to be in a good position so like you can take advantage of the lucky opportunities that come your way. Or else
Yeah,
there's no way for you to take advantage, right? So you can
dude,
get lucky, but
100%.
you have to like have the work ethic and be like willing to kind of take advantage of when it does comes around.
100%, dude. That's kind of the part about like high ticket sales that pisses me off is like it's sold by a lot of like these gurus that have zero idea what they're talking about as like kick your feet up, take 4 calls a day, make 10K a month. And like, dude, that's not what it is. Like, I guess again, there's some scenarios where that is. Like, I was talking to Angelo Martucci, he was at the meetup,
Yeah,
that you met. Um, dude, he made bank last month. I won't say the exact amount, but a stupid amount, more than like a doctor. Um, taking like 3 to 6 calls a day. So like, it can happen, but like again, it's not everybody. And so they come in with that expectation and that's not how it is, man. Like you do have to be a savage. You do have to be like whether you're an introvert, extrovert, type A personality or not, you just have to be willing to just do the work and like pump volume and get really good at the skill. Otherwise, like you're gonna get eaten by the wolves, you know?
yeah,
Um, so I'm super glad that you said that, man. I think that's a really good expectation for people to have. Like this is not for the lazy or people who aren't willing to put in the work. But
yeah.
anyways, I'm curious, man, and you can be completely honest with here as well, just for whoever's watching. Like, what do you feel like the main sort of benefit of the inner circle was for you? And it can be anything.
Yeah, I'd say of course there's a lot, between like being able to work with guys that are like my age that understand like what we're looking for, in terms of like life expectations, quality of life, understanding like what's a grind for us and what's not,
Yeah.
how to leverage like what we have coming in with no experience. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things, but I'd say mostly just the fact that you guys are always like on top of things. Like you guys are grinding. Obviously, you guys are successful. You guys have closed like millions, but every day you guys are like an example for us, right? On the live calls, encouraging us to ask you questions, encouraging us to like bother you, like you said. Yeah, it's huge. I've I've kind of like sold for and like set for programs where I've seen like gurus and coaches where people get in and that's pretty much it. They don't really hear from them again. But in this program, like since day one, I wouldn't say there's hand holding, but there's like so much like touching base and like making sure that, we're always on the same page and so many opportunities to ask for help that it'd be like pretty much impossible not to be successful unless you were trying not to be. There's so many opportunities to get things done.
100%, dude. Yeah, and dude, you had every excuse to quit too, bro. Not every excuse, but
Yeah,
I mean,
couple rough
you
patches.
you had a very resilient attitude with all of this. So like that coupled with us wanting to help you out and stuff, like, bro, it's a lethal duo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
When
yeah,
both parties are just trying to meet more than 50% of the way, like it's gonna happen, right? And you're surrounded by
100%.
other guys too. You're surrounded by other guys and gals who are doing it and they're your age. So it's not like some impossible pipe dream. It's
Dude,
like it's
100%.
it's tangible, it's right there.
100%, dude. I think I would say, and I don't know why I'm like taking over, but I would say, dude, my favorite part of the inner circle, like I'm the creator of it, but it's just the community, man. Like we have good
Yeah.
videos and stuff, and like our live calls are really good. We do it like we help guys one on one personally and stuff. I just like the community, man. Like the guys that were around and that are just crushing it in here. It's so sick to be around that. Like guys closing deals every day. Like there's guys in the wins chat who will pop off like a $1,000 day out of nowhere. It's cool, man. Like it's even for me, it's like it's cool to be around that and it's motivating and it's like, all right, like these guys are crushing it. They're putting pedal to the metal. No excuse for me not to be
100%.
putting freaking pedal to the metal, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
and we just got some killers, man. Like you saw at the meetup. Like we just have so many dudes who want to help each other out and like it does kind of have kind of like a family feel to it almost, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
Like if you're
I've
in the inner
definitely
circle, it's like a clique almost.
dude, 100%. No, I can definitely say like um, I've made some lifelong friends, I think, in the inner circle. And the other thing is, especially nowadays, even, if you're like chronically online and you're that type of person who's online a lot, it's a lot of doom and gloom out there.
Yeah,
And especially like, as you're growing up, maybe as you finish up school and that type of thing, you want to make sure that you're around people that are, like you said, killers and savages who have like ambitions and goals and actually work towards them. And because that's going to be the people that influence you, right? So having the community is huge because you're always reminded that it's not impossible. There are other guys doing it, and you have contact with these guys. Like these guys would be more than happy to point you in the right direction. So yeah, it's huge.
100%. Dude, 100%, man. Well, heck yeah. I guess like next question would just be, and you can share as little or as much as you want. Don't feel pressured to like say I made this exact month or amount last month. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But we started in school, no sales experience. We were doing 2, 3K a month, like making some decent cheddar, but not absolutely killing it. And you said you got to like 8K a month. Where are you now? Like I guess we could just say you're a year in.
yeah,
Where are you now? And what are things looking like now? And how have like the past month or two gone for you?
yeah. Past month or two, I'd say about 3 months ago, things were lining up pretty well. I got started with a second gig on top of my primary one. The primary one's kind of also just building things out. So it's a pretty lean team. I'm pretty much the only setter. And so I took on some extra responsibility. Of course, it's a little bit risky because you don't know if you're able to kind of manage your time. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna shoot my shot and do the best I can. Over time, really like complemented each other. I used lessons from one and the other, kept implementing like sharpening the sword. I know there were a couple of objection handling things that I was struggling with. I brought it up to the live call whenever I was available, whenever I didn't have like calls. Boom, implemented. And I'd say the first month I made just under like 4 to 5K about 3 months ago.
Okay.
And things really take off when you start implementing like small changes in your sales process and in your calls. So 2 months ago I did an 8K month, so pretty much split down the middle. about 4 to 5K from each offer. And then, and this is where it gets nice because especially if you're in offers that are building out, you have an opportunity for your income to grow parallel or proportionally to the growth of the offer, right? When your
Yeah.
offer starts pumping, 5 to 10K into their ad spend, they're going to be obviously getting more sales. But as the people involved in the sales process, that literally means you're going to be making more comms, more commission. And so last month, January, ended off the year with 8K month, most I'd ever made. And so of course I set my sights up for like a 10K month, right? The typical gold standard, and just put my head down, grinded. Not gonna lie, there was a couple weeks where I was pretty much available on my calendar for 70 hours in the week to accommodate calls in both offers, but 100% worth it because by the end of the month, not including like $1,000 bonus, was at just under 13K per month. So like 10K a month was gone after that. So now we're looking at 15K per month because the mechanisms are there, grinded, have the skills, and now it's just about continuing to sharpen and see like how far we can push the limits, especially as a setter, which is kind of nuts in my opinion too.
Hell yeah, dude. You built the runway, man. Like now the plane's just taking off.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
tons of
Like
momentum.
it's crazy, dude. Like it's crazy. I'm freaking so happy for you, man. These two offers, I mean, Liam and Vince, the first offer, those guys are savages, man. Like they're super
100%.
serious about what they do. Um, I remember when we originally placed Michael with those guys, it was very new, but I knew it would be a good opportunity for Michael because he because of those two guys, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even though the offer wasn't printing cash out of thin air yet, I knew it would. Just because I've been doing this for 5 years now. Actually, 5 years tomorrow, which is funny. Um,
That's crazy.
yeah, crazy,
5 years
dude.
tomorrow, 2024.
Yep, yep. But dude, yeah, I've just seen basically thousands of these offers at this point, and there's things that point to an offer that's going to be really successful, and then there's like also signs that like an offer is not going to be really successful. So like I knew that the Liam and Vince offer would be really dang good, and that it would
Yeah.
be really lucrative too. So I'm glad that that ended up working out, man. But hell yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess like closing thoughts. And again, you can be completely honest here. Like let's say somebody's watching this, they're like 50-50 on joining the inner circle. They're like, it's a lot of money. I don't know. Are these guys legit? Are these guys cappers? Like, is this a fake interview? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They're just on the fence, right? They're like really thinking about it. Like, what would you say to someone who's on the fence? And again, you can be completely honest, dude. You don't have to like boast us up if you don't want to. Like, just completely
Yeah,
honest answer. What would you say?
100%. I literally had the exact same thoughts, starting out, um, my limiting beliefs and just general conception was that never trust anything online. Like, don't give people your money online, you're gonna get scammed, whatever it is, right? And limiting beliefs wise, like, okay, these guys, are probably capping. They like, they're just flexing this. Anyone can like type this out in Discord and like post it, right? But at the end of the day, you have to realize that's just you in your mind, like kind of putting a cap on yourself, right? And honestly, when I first joined the program, on the closing call with Trey, I remember my card actually like failed as in I think it couldn't cover the whole thing, so we had to kind of break it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember Trey was like super chill, and he was like, hey dude, if you're super serious, we kind of like, super serious about starting, we can break things up. It's no problem. At that moment, I was like, continue. Okay, maybe this time I should just not do it. But I'm super grateful that Trey said we can break it up. Like we can try some other cards and then make sure this happens today if you like. And dude, if he hadn't said that, I would not know like what today would look like. So yeah, one, it's okay to have limiting beliefs. It's natural, but you have to realize that everyone who's successful, one, probably doubted themselves, and that's probably the reason why they were able to like surpass others in their, age group or whatever it is because they did something about the doubt instead of just letting it dictate their life and consume them. And two, like there's always going to be a process too. So even after you're in, like if you're executing and you have that vision, like, okay, everyone else, like a lot of other people, a lot of other guys around me are doing it, have done it. I can do it too. If it means I have to be in the trenches for a while, go through a couple rough patches, like it's just going to give me thicker skin, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, any advice in terms of for people, if you know that like you want to improve like your life, you want to learn these skills and like be able to, really do a 360-degree flip on your life with the leverage that you gain from learning this stuff. The only thing that it really takes is like action. It's not about coming in, looking a certain way, like and being super attractive or being a social savant you were like prom king in high school or anything like that. It's just about being able to put your head down, you know, go through this stuff, have an open mind, be open to constructive criticism, be coachable, ask for help when you need it, and just be willing to execute because eventually, not like if, but it's in when, eventually things will click, you'll get in the right offer and things will take off because you've put yourself in a position to do that. So that's what I'd say. Yeah. Don't worry about your limiting
100%.
beliefs and take action when you're in.
100%, dude. Yeah, it's crazy how like diverse it is in here, man. It's not like we're all just like prom king, star football quarterback
Tag
type stuff,
closers.
dude. Bro, we have like it's funny. We have dudes who come from like video game backgrounds. We have people who come from other sales jobs like insurance or tech or car sales and they want to make a transition. I mean, Quentin was flipping pizzas. I was flipping pizzas. Um,
Dude,
Trey was doing
I was
manual
working at
labor.
I know, yeah, I was working at a tire shop too. I don't know if I mentioned, but in college, I was working part-time at like on cars and stuff in the summer, like 110
Jeez,
degrees in California summers. But dude, it's a blessing to be able to learn this stuff and to do it for money. There's way worse ways to earn money.
100%, man. Yeah, 100%. It's hard to live a hard life when you make money just talking to people on Zoom, dude.
Yeah.
Whenever I
Yeah,
have a problem
anytime.
or I'm stressed, bro, I'm like, I don't have problems, dude. I don't
Yeah,
know.
just zoom out.
Yep. 100%, dude. Well, sweet, man. Really appreciate you, dude. Keep crushing it. I mean, obviously, we're gonna be in contact and making sure you hit that 15K month this month, but appreciate your time, man. Chat with you soon.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
Yeah,
If you
you
want
guys are
to
the goats,
plug
man.
any socials, you can too, bro. Like if you want people to follow you, you can
Yeah,
do whatever you want.
yeah, you guys can follow me at I don't know if they'll see the chat, but like my first name, Kuleesha, like 109 on Instagram. If you have questions you want to ask me about my experience, you can just shoot me a DM. I'd be happy to even hop on a brief call with you and just walk you through what I had. And yeah, obviously you've seen I have nothing but good things to say about RCM and Caden and Trey. And yeah, it's a great place to be in. And if you're on the fence, make the jump, dude. That'll change your life.
Let's go. Well, cool, bro. Appreciate you. Guys, go follow Kalisha, and I'll talk with you soon, homie.
All right, see you guys.
Deuces. What's up, guys? Caden here. Hope you enjoyed the student interview today. And if you want to join the inner circle, the book a call link is going to be below this video, so check the description. And if you want to just soak up other free resources that we built, all of them are free. You can also go below this video as well. Things like our free group, rest of our YouTube channel, and tons of other things are plugged that you can go check out if you want to get into high ticket sales. And overall, just hope you enjoyed the interview.